Hello everyone, this is Destro, and it certainly has been a while, hasn't it? I'm back with Dishonored, the Brigmore Witches, but first a little explanation of where I've been and what's going on with the channel. I do mean to finish both Soul Exodus and Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. I just haven't got around to it yet. My life has been very busy as of late, and I haven't had any time for recording. So, with that out of the way, I would like to get right down to this. The usual rules apply, of course. Gonna go with my low chaos progression so we can keep the stuff from last time. And the normal mode as well. Yes, yes, yes. We know. So we start out right where we left off, back in Daud's hideout.
He knew. The black-eyed bastard knew that when my blade stilled the Empress's heart and delivered her daughter to the Lord Regent's men, everything
You can see the Pendletons in the background there.
He watched me do it anyway. And now the world's gone mad. Plague grinds the city down. Corruption rots. A mad killer roams the streets by night, seeking revenge.
Hey, we know for a fact that Corvo never killed anyone
out in the flooded district,
or got seen.
and I'm in a strange duel with a mad witch named Delilah for the fate of the Empire. I'd say I was being punished, but I know that the world doesn't punish wicked people. We make our choices and take what comes, and the rest is void. I can't say I wasn't warned.
And, of course, we return to the adventures of the most interesting man in Dunwall.
The men are recovering well from the attack, but they don't understand the danger they're in. My mother warned me never to make an enemy of a witch.
And you might notice that things are a little bit off here. Corvo isn't actually here, as you can tell by floating books over there.
Corvo, here to settle our debt. You understand, I won't make this easy for you.
And of course, I am bad at this game, as we are well aware. Oh, where'd he go? Where'd he go? There you are, Corvo. Stop that. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? This obviously does not count. Ah, there we go. First time I did that, I didn't manage to actually defeat him.
What is it?
As I said,
Returned with the information
dreams don't
requested.
count.
He's waiting for you below.
And I got an achievement for that. Yeah, like I said, the first time I didn't manage that. Okay, so let's collect all the stuff. Corrupted bone charms. Now, those are an interesting thing because I don't think those are different every time. Like, unlike normal bone charms, which are different every time, I don't think the normal bone charms work. The corrupted bone charms work that way. Go around here. You can look out the windows here. You can kind of see the back of Daud's hideout out there. You can't go out there right now. The windows are boarded up and stuff. Yep, I've read that one. And if you want to read it too, you can go ahead and do that. I don't think I read this one. Stage transfer power, designed with 3 goals in mind. Yeah, I'll just linger on that for a minute. I'm not going to read through all of these this time. This is a book on the different port cities of the Empire, We have Sarkonis down here. There's 2 of them there. Maybe Daud's from one of them. And we have a note from Billy Lurk. No need to waste breath with apologies or excuses. You taught me that. All I can say is that as soon as I left Dunwall, my head felt clear, maybe for the first time. You told me once that people like us burn hot, then burn up. We don't get a chance to start over. No long days in the sun. But I know you, Daud. Despite all the blood on your hands, you've been stashing coin. No one does that if they're not holding on to something. You got some kind of plan, some hope for a new life. Maybe you knew, maybe you didn't, but that's what you gave me when you let me walk away. The one thing you said that wasn't possible, and I will never forget that. When the time comes, and it will, I hope you're watching close so you get that chance too. I left a book for you. The world is big, bigger than I knew. There are lots of places where an old man like you could disappear. Old man? Come on. I've still got it. And this one. This is Daud's journal. Say my mother was a witch, but the truth, as is so often the case, depends on perspective and your place in the world. She relied on poisons, aid from exotic herbs, and the blowfish that live in the reef waters near Pandyssia. Her power originated in hallucinogenics delivered through guile or by force to those who crossed her. There's an unusual intensity in her gaze for certain, but it came from within, not from the outsider. It's what happens to anyone pushed to the absolute edge of sanity and survival, who stays there for years when returns to walk among the sheep in so-called civilized society. My mother was crafty, but if it was anything more than powers, hidden knives, and guile, I never saw it. Like they tell children, some of those truly touched by the black-eyed bastard can move through the space between rooftops like a sparrow. Corvo, Daud. Others command armies of rats or poisonous flies as easy as they wriggle their fingers and toes. The overseers are right to fear us, to warn the common folk to stay near their homes at night and keep their families close. But there are other ways his influence manifests itself. Those who serve me share in some of what I can do, and suspect it's the same for Delilah Copperspoon's coven. Then there are those who can craft runes and charms. The old woman across town, Granny Rags. She carves and polishes the bones of whales, stringing them together and opening them to the void until they moan like the fever-sick on a cold night. I found a few of her talismans, and with each one I touched, a tiny piece of me departed and settled in with her. What does she gain? A longer life? Some other kind of power I don't understand? The making of such things is beyond me. I've known 4 people in my time who carried the mark of the outsider, but I've known dozens more who wanted it, who stood at night in stagnant ponds or bagged with the dust blowing through graveyards, people who gutted farm animals or burned the flesh of men thinking it would call forth the void. I met a dying man once who had collected runes and charms for years. He crushed them all into powder, made a paste, and ate them, thinking he could gain whatever magic was in the things. His death was long and painful. I also knew a woman from Karnaca who would trade for charms and other bits of whalebone. She cracked them apart and fused them back together, then sold them. I bought one of these corrupted charms, like the one in the chest, that she swore would cause sharp metal to break on my skin, and it worked. But each time it did, one of my teeth turned black and fell out. After the 3rd time, I gave it to one of my men. Now when he smiles, it's all bleeding gums, and I wonder what parts inside him are turning black. Sometimes I ask myself, without these gifts, would I be in fear? Would I be called the Knife of Dunwall, with my name whispered through the markets and the alleyways, the high towers and drawing rooms? I'd like to think so, but it really doesn't matter. As long as I bear this mark, I'll use whatever craft I have to force my will on the world. The harder trick is undoing what I've done. And let's see, there's a few... nothing else up here, I think, so let's go see what we have downstairs. A few assassins we can talk to. Some money, some equipment, and our first look at the new power for this DLC, Pull, which, by the way, is really cool. So we'll be getting that. I think I also need to set up... yes, I want that on 8. I want that on 7. That can stay on 6. We'll move that to 9. And we'll call that good. More books over here. The Whalers. Yeah, we've read that one. The Isle of Sarkonis. Best known for its warm winds, spiced foods, and endless beaches. Karnaca is preferred among the elite. Said the month spent resting. Yeah. Read that one, I think. maybe not. Anyways, pirates! Yay, pirates. You can see that we've got a whole bunch of stuff from the overseers just kind of scattered around. Huh. Office of the High Overseer. Wonder if that means we're going there later. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see, who else? Who else? Is this all the same? Still haven't found Slackjaw. I still wonder who these people are. Like if they're devs or something. Yeah. And... more money, more money. Is there any more money around here? Oh! Blueprint. Let's take that. Boot stealth. Metaphysica Mysterium. Should not sully my hands when combating the forces of the void. My studies have been deemed heretical by my brothers, but the rewards have been invaluable. Preserve a twofold method in this text. This seems like it'll be important later. Yeah. Overseer's got some new toys. Oh, bonded Galvani weave. Nice. Okay. Thomas's journal. Man with the name Delilah, mystery given to Daud by the face he sees in his dreams and whose voice he hears when kneeling at the shrines hidden in the lost parts of the city. None of us have ever heard this voice, but we know its power. I spoke to him, telling him of his coming doom and saying that solving this riddle was the only way to escape. Yeah, this is basically just a recap of the previous DLC, presumably for if you have not played it. No, nothing back there. Okay, yeah, can't get out that way, so...
Thomas finished his scouting run. When you've talked to him, I'll give you the latest word from inside the prison.
Yes, inside the prison. We're going to Coldridge this time.
I found Lizzie Stride. Getting her to lend us her boat will be a bit complicated, however. She's in Coldridge. From what I hear, they've got enough on her to hold her for about 1,000 years.
Coldridge.
We learned about Lizzie Stride last time.
We'll get her out. And Stride,
I think we did anyways.
Pay back the favor.
It was in a book.
We'll have our transport.
Ready to leave, sir? Or should I wait?
Oh, I've got stuff to go do first.
At your pleasure. After Corvo's escape, it's going to be more difficult to break into Coldridge. They've installed arc pylons, and they're blaring Overseer music over the loudspeakers. Our talents will be suppressed until we get inside.
I have other talents.
They've got Arnold Timshin there.
You remember Arnold Timsh.
The barrister. He'll bring some class to the neighborhood.
Last thing. There's an execution planned in the courtyard. Should draw a lot of eyes away from you.
They know how to make a man feel welcome.
Yes, yes, that is a useful thing to know. Ah, this guy, we haven't talked to him yet. I'm gonna go around and talk to everyone.
Daud, but I don't think it's safe to leave these overseers holed up in the refinery.
It's a new game now. They know where to find us. We just have to make them afraid.
We've seen the results of that.
They're not afraid to die for their 7 strictures.
Them? No. But the men who give the orders are a different breed.
All the same, I'd better give them a hand, just in case the prisoners try anything.
Good plan. Is that an overseer down there? I think it is. I think that's... Yeah, we've got overseers down there. That's great. That's funny. Prisoners, obviously.
They say he let Rothwild live. Is Daud getting soft?
Killing him would have been
Rothwild's not
complicated.
coming back anytime soon. You should spend more time thinking about your form.
Anytime you think I'm a little soft, you're welcome to come by my office. Bring a blade.
I totally defeated Dream Corvo. And yeah, you can see we can't get down there either. This is all blocked off. And if we could, that's blocked off too. Where is it? Oh, yeah, that's right. There's another bone charm or a rune or something around here. There's also... money! And another guy to talk to.
Corvo's out there, Daud. It's a matter of time before he shows up here.
He's got the Lord Regent's army to chew through first.
What are you going to do when Corvo arrives?
He won't make it past the Weepers and the River Crusts. The city's changed since he was the Royal Protector.
If Corvo...
Enough about Corvo. You should be preparing for Brigmore.
As you wish.
Of course, we've seen the result of that, too. No, I think it's just Thomas left in here that I have to talk to, but I need to come over here.
Taking prisoners is exactly the sort of Daud. Ever vigilant, I see. Are we leaving soon to Brigmore?
Interesting.
I keep forgetting that cuts them off.
Overseers in the flooded district. Witches abroad in the city. Traitors in the ranks. I'd be nervous too. Then I'd remember who killed the Empress in Dunwall Tower. And came out untouched.
I like how those two are basically just palette-swapped assassins. Oh yeah, this. The Knife of Dunwall, A Survivor's Tale. Sensationalized sighting, indeed. This is funny, I'm gonna read this one. Sun was setting, a bloody stain against the sky. This describes the bit by the Rothwild slaughterhouse with those 3 overseers in the alley and Billy Lurk. A horned thing warped by heresy, a shape too terrible to put into words, my gentle readers, a sorcerer from the void without question. I could hear the moans of the dying workers he left in his wake, but he did not even pause to acknowledge their plight, for his heart is colder than Tivian ice. Body slick with gore and crawling with vermin that no mortal man could have tolerated. The shock of which snuffed out the life of those poor dying workers, and then he bounded away. And this was where I thought this chapter would end until I heard the music. The grinding metal music of the overseers echoed from the nearby alleyways, and I knew there would soon be a fight. With only my sense of duty to the fallen citizens of Dunwall to keep my fear from overtaking me, I inched closer to the mouth of the alley for a better vantage. A brave contingent of overseers had captured one of Daud's lieutenants lurking in the alley. He or she, for I could not tell beneath the thick leather of the industrial whaler suit, was prone and tied with sturdy ropes, surrounded by overseers, but their fixation was ultimately their undoing. Daud fell from above, moving through the air as easily as a falcon, I swear it upon my spirit. Without sound he glided down among them, and the music maker was the first to die as Daud tore the man's head from his shoulders. Then I watched as the most notorious assassin of our time became a flurry of leather, metal, and blood, deflecting bullets and sword blades with ease. The last overseer, no doubt consumed with terror at seeing his brothers fall so easily, sank to his knees and begged for mercy. Daud spoke a single word that made my entrails squirm in my belly upon hearing it. The overseer shrieked like a madman until his mask split in two as though struck by some hammer and chisel, and a stream of blood gushed forth from the crack, bathing Daud's boots. That was the last I ever saw of the Knife of You didn't see the Knife of Dunwall, because I did not get seen. Yes. Okay. Let's see. There's that. And I need to get up there. Rune! And I've got only one of those now, so the only thing I can really do is upgrade Summon Assassin, but I'm not going to bother with that. Or Shadow Kill, or Bloodthirsty, or Vitality. I might wait until I can just upgrade Agility. Maybe get Void Gaze. Not sure. Oh, I have to activate Bone Charms, that's right. So, let's grab that. Take that one. Take that one. Definitely take Strong Arms. Yeah, and mana is drained before health, but penalty, mana does not regenerate. We certainly don't want that.
This will hold while we're away. Anything short of cannon fire.
Let's hope it won't come to that.
It won't. Hopefully. Unlike the previous DLC, I haven't actually played through the whole thing yet. Oh hey, there's no roof in here. And with that, I think it's time to be going. But, might leave that for next time. I'm not sure exactly how long this video has run on by now. Let me check, and I'll be right back.